Thanks for joining us for this presentation on proposed changes in the academic calendar for the upcoming year in Birmingham City Schools. As you know, our mission is to equip and educate our scholars for their highest level of success. The COVID-19 pandemic prompted us to change the way we teach and the way we learn in this virtual and blended environment during this current academic year. Now the landscape is changing yet again. Developments in public health and the availability of vaccines means that in-person learning may resume in a few months. This is a time when we must prepare for our next steps. We want input from you, our Birmingham City Schools families. After reviewing this presentation, we ask that you go online to www.bhamcityschools.org and complete a brief survey. This will help guide us as we prepare our final proposal to present to our Board of Education. Some of you may ask, what is the purpose of changing the calendar? Or why do we need to do this now? We've been in remote teaching and learning for most of this year. We've conducted assessments and we've looked at the performance of our scholars in this virtual space. You know, like many scholars across the country, many of the Birmingham City Schools scholars are experiencing learning loss. This must be addressed immediately. We must develop different strategies to meet our students' needs and allow for strategic intervention. We must also find a way to avoid long periods of time when scholars are not receiving instruction or intervention. Studies show that this approach is most effective in eliminating gaps while also giving students who are excelling the tools that they need to continue learning successfully. Simply put, we have to do more and we must be strategic.
I'm Dr. Kecia Chapman, Executive Director of Assessment, Accountability, and Research, and I will give more details on the proposed calendar for the 2021-22 school year. This calendar will identify the start and end date of the school year, and it will identify closed and holiday dates with no instruction. Please be aware, this proposal is tentative and is subject to change due to state mandates such as specified start of school date. Students will continue to have 180 days of instruction in the proposed calendar for the 2021-22 school year. This is the same number of days in the traditional calendar. There will still be 4 grading periods. Each grading period is separated by a break where intensive enrichment and intervention can take place. The proposed calendar, beginning with structured learning in July, lessens the threat posed by summer slide. Students will have breaks throughout the school year. Teachers will work the same number of days as they currently work in the traditional schedule. Now let's walk through the proposed calendar. Under the proposed modified calendar, students will begin the first quarter of the academic year on July 19th with 44 days of instruction before the first fall intersession, which runs September 20th through October 1st. During the intersession period, all schools will offer enrichment and intervention for our scholars so that they remain engaged in learning. The second quarter would begin on October 5th and end on December 17th. The typical fall holidays would be included during this period, with a full week off for Thanksgiving. The third quarter would begin on January 10th and include days off for MLK Day and President's Day. After having 8 spring intercession days, the fourth quarter would begin on April 5th. Again, we know that this proposal is different from what we have done in the past, but we all know that the challenges we face in giving our scholars what they need beyond COVID-19 requires more intervention and support. This calendar is designed to use the best methods and, of course, our superior local educators to accomplish our goals for all students. We've been working on this proposal for several weeks. The calendar committee includes educators, parents, and union representatives. This collaboration is important because we wanted to present ideas that represent those who provide the services in our district and those who are closely connected to our scholars. The ideas that have fueled the calendar development are based on needs and the best research to help meet those needs. Now we want to include another element in the process: feedback. Please go online to www.bhamcityschools.org and complete a short survey by February 18th. The calendar committee will use this information to help finalize the proposal that will be presented to the Board of Education in March. We want parents to know in advance how the school year will look for their scholars. We also want our educators to know of changes to the calendar so that they can make any necessary adjustments for the coming months.